Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And if you remember last episode, I was giving you an update on the Dahlia seedlings. Today I am potting some of them up. The grow bags that I ordered didn't show up, so I had to go to plan B, and I needed something quick, and I needed a lot of them. So I went to that Dollar Tree, and I bought these little gallon pots. And I am going to pot up those Dahlia seedlings in them because they're not going to be here forever. These are they're going to grow in this pot for a season for evaluation to see if they're going to make it to grow on to next season. If they don't, they're going to go into the compost bin, and there's no reason for me to go through all that trouble of putting them into the ground if they're not going to stay. And otherwise, they wouldn't survive my winter anyway. Those that do make it to next season can stay in here, and I will pick up the pot and they will make their way into our cellar for overwintering because they will produce tubers. And then next season I will divide those tubers if they look like they are going to make the cut. If they're not something that I think I can work with, they're not going to make it. So this is the most economical way of putting all these seedlings into a container to grow on for evaluation, and it's easy to move this around. I can take a good look at it, get a close-up look, and if it doesn't, but if it's another thing is if it's pretty but I can't use it in a breeding program, I'll sell it off. I'll put it on Facebook Marketplace. Somebody can just take it with the whole pot and move on. So it's not an ugly container. Is it the best container? No. Is economical? Yes. And I'm all about being sustainable and making sure that I get more bang for my buck. And this is the best way to do it. So let's get to that. I'm going to start drilling holes because they don't have holes. So I'm going to spend the majority of the time drilling the holes in these things, and I will be back. All right, so here we are at the front garden. And I have a big tub mixed with cocoa coir and topsoil. Mixed them together. I really don't want any kind of amendments of fertilizer in this mix because at this stage too much nitrogen can cause a problem. So you want a low nitrogen fertilizer for dahlias. So at this point I will amend it with some organic low 444 fertilizer so they can take off properly. And I'm also peeling away the tiny grow bag because we no longer need it because it's got a well-established root system. So if I can pull it out without. Okay, so that's the end of that. Here you can see, if you look closely, you can see the nice root system it developed. So I already put the tag. This is a boom boom seedling number 41, and it's just gonna go nice and deep. Now it's a weed seed. Let's get that out of there. That's a maple seed. And there we go. The first one is all potted up. Now 58 more of these to go. The pot works. I also put a little hole for the tag. It's only going to be here for one season, so these cheap little tags work well for this. I just give them a good watering, amend it with some 444 fertilizer, and the next step is to watch it grow. And the good thing that I cut them in the last episode that you saw, and it's already branching out. So I'm gonna have a fuller, thicker plant in the next couple of weeks. So it may even bloom. So let's see how that turns out. We'll get to the next one. And again, I peeled them off because
if not, it won't form, well, it will form tumors, but the tubers would be compacted and stuck together, and I don't want that, especially if it turns out to be a nice looking dahlia and I want to propagate it. So that way I can be able to grow it for one season. If it's a nice one, I can divide it for next season and grow it on. So this works. It's a decent little pot for what I need it for. If they don't turn out to be something that I can use, but it's still a nice dahlia, like I said, I would put them on Facebook Marketplace along with the pot. Someone else can enjoy it. So let me get to the rest of them, and then I'll show you how far I got. All right, I'll be back. Okay guys, here's a good example of what I'm talking about, of why I removed the bags. See, it's already forming tubers at this early of an age. So I don't want the tubers to be compacted. I want them to spread out and fill the container. This one is Boom Boom seedling number 17, and already showing signs of growing nice sized tubers, and that's what you want. You want seedlings that are tuber producers when you start breeding dahlias. And I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. Hopefully it has a bloom to match that size of a tuber. Fingers crossed, you never know, but you know, that's what I like to see. Another thing is, like I said, I use topsoil and cocoa coir. You don't have to use cocoa coir. You can use peat moss, but because my channel is about sustainability, I want to make sure that I get you know, good source material for growing, and coconut coir is sustainable, so I choose that instead of the peat moss. Even though the peat moss is cheaper, I will dish out the extra cash for the medium and then get cheaper growing pots. So kind of balance it out a little bit. I mean, the idea is to get healthy dahlias and healthy tubers, and I want you guys to inspire you guys to get it done, because you can do it. You can grow dahlias from seed. You can hand pollinate your own dahlias, and you can do this. I don't know how much I'm gonna get done because it's starting to rain, and rain and the camera just don't go together. So I'm gonna get this done as fast as I can before the rain starts coming down, and I will give you an update as it's finished, but I'll be back. Let me just get this done because it's starting to come down. Well, here they are. I got 18 of them done. I had to stop because there was like a torrential downpour and it was becoming a muddy mess, so I had to stop. But I got 18 of them done. I'll get some more done during the week. For now, these are all labeled and potted up, and they have a chance of growing and bushing out, and during the week I'll get the rest of them done. So if you guys have any comments, remember to like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and we will continue the updates with the roses and the dahlias in the next coming weeks, because we will start evaluating these guys very soon, because I can't wait for these to start blooming. I mean, roses are coming along. They should start blooming soon, and I'll start cross-pollinating those first, and then these dahlias will be the second half of the pollination later on in the season. But for right now, the roses are blooming, and we're going to continue on with the dahlia potting for the rest of the week. So I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.